What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got to talk about some yellow cards. We got ourselves a new yellow level 6 that we need to have a little bit of a chat about. But first, we've got to talk about a new promo card that has gone and been revealed over in Japan. Now, some of you may have seen that Bandai are coming out with this new fitness watch thing that helps you get fit and all of that. Well, it turns out if you buy one of those, and I now desperately want to buy one of those, you get yourself a promo Supersonic Mon. Although apparently it's actually called Pulsemon, but it's really clearly, obviously supersonic as a Digimon, so you call it Pulsemon all you like. I'm not sure I'm buying it. Now, in terms of the stats here, we've got a free cost to play normally, which is standard for a level 3. A 2 cost to Digivolve, which is standard for a level 3. And we've got ourselves 2,000 power, which is slightly lower than average, right? This is a little bit less than we would usually expect. So bearing that in mind, I think it's moderately likely that it's going to have a decent skill. Oh, look. It's got a decent skill. When you play this Digimon, and of course it is a play not Digivolve score, while your security is 3 or more, draw 1. When your security is 3 or less, gain a memory. Oh, that's kind of 2 skills in 1. And yes, before we get any further in, let's say this very clearly. If you have exactly 3 memory when you play this card, yes, you do get to do both of these. You will both draw 1 card and gain a memory. So blatantly, this is one of those cards where it is very much in your interest to try and manipulate it so you've got free memory. And the fact of the matter is, right, we have seen a lot of yellow cards that will allow you to manipulate your memory. That is something that yellow cards tend to do pretty well. Although I say memory, I blatantly mean security. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, don't know what's wrong with me this morning. So what we need basically are ways that we can take a yellow card and start giving ourselves extra security cards. Well, we're yellow. Recovery is kind of what we do. Now, some are better than others. Sometimes there are really specific ways you get it. Sometimes you just get it whenever. So the Seraphimon that came around in BT1, when you Digivolve, you just recover 1. So obviously here, what would be awesome is if you could, do this when you've got 2 security, you Digivolve up into Seraphimon. Hey, now I've got 3 security, and then I play my Supersonic Mon, and life is pretty good. Now, Salamon here is quite nice. It's got a deletion skill. When you are deleted, if your security is 3 or less, you recover 1. So here, if your security is 3, you play it, and then you play Pulsemon, then you destroy Salamon. But if your security is 2 and you sacrifice your Salamon here, your security will go up to 3 and you're fine. I mean, to be clear, right, Pulsemon's skill is good. You're either drawing a card or you're gaining a memory. Whenever you play this, you're gaining a really nice advantage, but clearly the best use for this is when you got exactly 3 memory, and you are absolutely rolling. We've got Magnadrome. Now, Magnadrome's a bit of a weird one. When you play it, you recover 2, but it only works if your security is 3 or less. Now, this can actually put you from 1 security all the way up to 3, which would clearly be a really good way about going to do things. This would clearly be very nice, but it's also a little bit weird in that it's an 11 cost, so there is every possibility that you essentially play this, but then you can't really do very much because you've almost certainly passed the turn to your opponent. And by almost certainly, I mean certainly, because there is absolutely no way you can play an 11 cost card and not pass it to your opponent, because the maximum memory you can have is 10. Hey ho, it still works, incidentally. It's still very cool. I mean, Angel Woman also works quite nicely. When you Digivolve into Angel Woman, if you've got 3 security cards or less, you recover 1. And obviously, this works beautifully at 2 security to put you up to 3. That would work quite nicely. So we've got plenty of recovery here. But then we can even have a look at the Yellow War Greymon. And this is really kind of cool, because the Yellow War Greymon actually Well, when you attack, you can add the top card of your security stack to your hand to unsuspend and lower one of your opponent's Digimon by 6,000 power. But what's so cool about this is that you can actually have more than free memory, go down to free memory using this, and then play some of your recovery tricks afterwards, so you essentially get the perfect use of Pulsemon here, but then you get your recovery back. And then, of course, we've got some cards like the aforementioned Magnadrome that will let you play Pulsemon for free. Magnadrome, when you attack, you may play a yellow level 3 Digimon from your hand without paying its memory cost. That sounds pretty good. The Angel Woman from BT3, if you've got 3 or fewer security cards, you may play a yellow level 3 Digimon from your hand without paying its memory cost. That is, of course, again, when you attack. But it's a much cheaper Digimon, it's not a level 6, etc. So if you've got exactly 3 security, you attack with something Digivolved from Angel Woman, and then you get to play Pulsemon for free, draw a card, gain a memory. Can you see where we're going with this? This is amazing. This is a card that is absolutely worth getting extremely excited about. This is one of the best level 3s we've seen in Yellow, and maybe anywhere. I mean, you can even just play this in Rookie Rush. We've seen that Gabumon is a really good play in Rookie Rush, because it's a free cost card that when you play it, you draw a card. Well, this will also let you draw a card. Although, admittedly, it only lets you draw a card if your security is 3 or more, but even after that you're gaining a memory when you play it, so you're essentially playing it as a 2 cost, so it's either drawing you a card, which is good, or it's a 2 cost, which is good. If you want to play Rookie Rush, and we know that's getting a bit more awkward at the moment, I don't know why you wouldn't play this card. If you're playing Yellow, it's exactly the same circumstance. Either I'm drawing a card or I've got a 2 cost to play. I would want to put this in basically every Yellow deck. Now, we do get to the issue of this being a promo. I think it's been given out in these watches. That's what somebody's told me. It appears it is also being included in an upcoming issue of V Jump magazine. But this looks like a really, really good card. Like, we've seen good promos before, but in terms of promos, this looks absolutely stunning. When I'm playing Yellow, I'm not sure of many Yellow decks where I don't want to play this as a 4 of. This is ridiculous. It's basically Gabumon or a 2 cost to play normally, and Gabumon sees a bunch of play and 2 costs see a bunch of play. I adore this. But I've actually got a level 6 I need to tell you about as well. Yeah, apparently I hadn't told you about enough cool cards yet, if you can believe that. So what we've got here is the first ever Crusadermon. And what we've got here is a 3 cost to play normally, which is standard. 11,000 power, which is standard. 13 cost to play normally. That is huge. Like, 13 cost to play normally, we are looking up along the lines of, say, a Nidogmon. Although Nidogmon is also one that you've got to pay 5 cost to Digivolve, although Green have all of their cheaper, easier Digivolution tricks. But my point is, this is a really expensive card to play normally, so there needs to be some kind of skill here, which is going to make it worthwhile. Is there? Well, when you attack, you may play 1 level 3 yellow Digimon, or 1 yellow Digimon with the Warrior trait in your hand, and play them without paying the memory cost. Yeah, this actually works quite nicely as a double feature, this particular video, because of course Pulsemon can be played for free using Crusadermon, which sounds pretty gosh darn good. One thing that people noticed, there was very briefly an incorrect translation going around that suggested you could play any Digimon with the Warrior trait for free, but of course Omnimon has the Warrior trait, so there is absolutely no way whatsoever we are going to allow you to play an Omnimon for free. That would be dumb, ladies and gentlemen. That would be dumb. Of course, you know what card it does let you play for free? Pulsemon. Pulsemon's a yellow level 3 Digimon. Pulsemon, incidentally, right, as much as it looks kind of terrible on the outset because of how expensive it is, it looks really enticing but kind of annoying to get into play because you can only hard cast it and it's a 13 cost. So it looks, on the face of it, absolute garbage in terms of trying to play it. but this is like the third or fourth time we've seen a card that can just play it for free in yellow. So, yeah. Pulsemon's probably a pretty good option here. But of course, if we're reading this correctly, that means that you can play a Crusadermon for free, which seems pretty good, and a Mistymon for free. And bearing in mind, when you play Mistymon, 2 of your opponent's Digimon get minus 3,000 power, which is a really nice play skill. Incidentally, Crusadermon, I should mention, has got a really nice Digivolution skill. Outside of that, it's just an 11,000 power Digimon that when it's deleted, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 11,000 power, which is still pretty good. But of course, you lose that good play skill, or the Digivolution skill, I should say. And of course, while we're here, we need to mention, for as long as this card is out, do not ever expect the card designers to go and print a good level 6 yellow Digimon with a good play skill and the warrior trait. I think it is extremely likely that that is never going to happen, because otherwise it would be broken with Crusadermon. So now we see why Crusadermon's got a really expensive casting cost. Because evolving up takes a while, hard casting doesn't. And you might want to hardcast this fast so you can start attacking with it and playing all your other Digimon for free. Oh yeah, and on your turn and your opponent's turn, this Digimon gets plus 1,000 power for each of your other Digimon. So if you've got 4 Digimon in play, this is a 15,000 power for other. It does not include Crusadermon. So if you've got Crusadermon and 4 others, you are going to have 15,000 power. Also, I keep calling Pulsemon Supersonicmon. Crusadermon has blatantly got a Sonic the Hedgehog style ring around his hand. What is up with a Sonic theme in today's video? Man, I want to go play some Sonic games now. This is clearly another phenomenal card. Now, I know it's expensive to play normally, but the fact of the matter is you can play any of your level 3s, including Pulsemon, or Crusadermon, or Mistymon, or another Crusadermon for free when you attack. This is ridiculous. Crusadermon is potentially game-breaking if people can build a consistent enough deck. It's a level 6, you've got to get it into play. Even when you get it into play, you're playing from your hand, not your trash, which means you've actually got to have them in your hand in order to play them. I get all of that, but this seems absolutely over the top, ridiculously, awesomely great. I'm giving this and Pulsemon both 5 Wassies. I think these are both absolutely ridiculous cards, and I think these are ones we should all start getting pretty gosh darn excited about, because I'm putting Pulsemon in like every yellow deck, and Crusadermon, it just lets you hard cast for free really good cards. I cannot be the only one that thinks this looks good. Hey, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You're a person watching this video, if you can hear this, so maybe in the comment section you let me know if I'm right about this and these do look amazing, or whether I'm doing that thing I do and getting overly excited because I love Digimon cards. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassie Plays.